You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and the latest soap ratings for B&B continue to be quite troubling. I want to talk about what is driving these dismal numbers for the CBS soap. And remember, they only have a guarantee to stay on the air through next year. Are they going to get renewed? Can they improve their numbers? Well, not if they keep going like they are. So today, I want to talk about 5 huge issues plaguing the soap, all of them fixable except for a leadership issue. But first, we would love it if you subscribed. If you have not, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dig into what's happening. The numbers for last week, May 27th through the 31st, are out, and B&B lost 50,000 viewers compared to the week before. You know, that's not good, but it's up and down. But year over year, so from the same week last year, they've lost 213,000 viewers. The week before that, which was the last week of May sweeps, which is supposed to be good material, May 20th through the 24th, they were down 237,000 viewers from the prior year. They had a small week lift from the week before, but then they lost it the following week, so it didn't even matter. So I just want to talk about 5 things I suspect are causing this ongoing ratings drop, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments on what makes you want to tune out of Bold. What's bugging you? Number 1, I think just forcing Hope and Finn, this whole thing. I want to talk about it first because it's just so prevalent, and we just saw it on the tail end of the most recent episode. It's very clear they're trying to force them together. Hope is having the same little fantasies about Finn's hands on her, same she was having about Thomas's hands on her when he was doing fittings before their fling started. These two, to me, zero chemistry. A lot of fans agree with me. Plus, Finn is totally pee-whipped by Steffy, so I don't think he would cheat. Hope might out of spite. So they're kind of doing things contrary to their characters, and it's so awkward. There's no sizzle. Hope sizzles with Thomas, Finn sizzles with Steffy, but together, meh. And it's quite clear Bold is going to keep forcing this. And I see very few fans on Soap Social hoping to see Finn with Hope. It needs to stop. Hope would have more chemistry with homeless Tom than she does with Liberty Bibberty. Stopping this would help ratings, in my opinion. And as an aside, it's actually a redo of the Thomas Hope Liam plot, but with Steffy and Finn instead of it being 2 guys. It's lame, it's forced, it's not working. Number 2, Bill, Luna, and Poppy. This paternity reveal was so lackluster, so predictable, so painfully dull. And so is Poppy declaring she's loved him since they had a one-night stand at Coachella a million years ago. Really? She was probably high that night and didn't even remember him. Bald laid the groundwork, these little hints, for it to be Jack Finnegan or his son Finn that fathered Luna. Either of them would have been super soapy. When they first revealed Clint Howard's casting as homeless Tom, I saw some people asking if he might be her dad. I thought that was kind of dumb, but it would be preferable to what we got. This is just... Obviously, they swerved. For some reason, they were clearly planning it to be a Finnegan, and they swerved for some insane reason. This is the 3rd time that Bill has gotten an adult child. I saw someone on a soap forum that I like to visit saying they were surprised by the reveal, really, and they were excited because it's different and new. No, it's not. The only difference is it's a girl instead of a boy. But Bold did this with Liam and Wyatt. Apparently, Bill never used condoms. He's lucky his junk hasn't fallen off with a whole pile of STDs. This is the lamest possible outcome of this storyline, as is Poppy's claims of love and Bill's glee. It's just another plot redo, garbage writing as far as I'm concerned. Not soapy, not surprising, dull, and it's going to continue. That's very clear. All right, number 3, Zenday's night with Luna and all that followed. The whole Zenday-Luna medicated mint debacle, it's an obvious redo of the plot from back in the day when Ridge slid into Brooke's sheets when she was with his brother. Not only that, but it was creepy, not sexy, and it cast Zenday in such a bad light when the only thing he really was doing wrong was crushing on his cousin's girlfriend. In the bigger light, Bold doesn't write very well for its very few black black characters, and it tends to sideline them. Carter's not had a plot of his own since he was plowing Quinn, which was fun, by the way. He just nods his head as other characters tell him stuff to let the audience know things. Paris is in the opening credits still. We have not seen her at all in 2024. They've just kept her in the credits to make it look like they have diversity. So the one black character that they are actually writing for is Zendaya, but they decided to make him like a near rapist. They have 0 Latino characters on a show set in LA, a town, by the way. I looked up the demographics and I was surprised because it was even bigger than I thought. Hispanics, 47% of the population of Los Angeles. Whites are about 29%, Asians less than 12%. But we have 3 Asian characters on the front burner. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have Asian characters. I'm just saying the lack of diversity reflecting the demographics of the city where the show is set is glaring. They should do better, especially for a network that made a diversity pledge, and they should especially do a lot better by their black characters. The fourth thing, Steffy the Shrew. That's what she's become. I have always enjoyed Steffy Forrester's edge, and I adore Jackie Wood. She's gorgeous, and she can act her face off. But they have made her character so unlikable over the past few months, and they've made Finn so weak and just whipped by her, and they're making her look worse in an effort to make Hope look appealing to Finn and to make Sheila Carter look better. They are doing a giant disservice to one of their most popular characters to prop up others, and it's so unappealing and it's not working. People like strong Steffy. They like vulnerable Steffy. They even like drug addict Steffy because she's a great actress. Wild Steffy, all the different versions of her except for nagging, shrewish Steffy. That's a hard pass. Nobody likes it. And I see no signs of it improving. They're villainizing her while trying to redeem Sheila at her expense and push this Hope Finn thing that nobody wants. Get a clue, Brad Bell. Get it soon, please. All right, the fifth thing, and this is overarching, a lack of decent storylines for major popular characters like Brooke, although she did just get this business storyline so that she can fight with Steffy the Shrew, which is just problematic. Ridge, he's not doing much. Bill, who before this Luna mess was rarely seen. Liam just shows up to let Steffy vent to him. Wyatt was jettisoned in favor of Bill's new adult kid. Eric and Donna being sidelined, that's okay to me because his terribly written, not death storyline sucked up all the airtime for several months. And now we have this horrible RJ Luna, Poppy Billy, Katie mess on the front burner. I'm going to go ahead and say this, although I've held back on saying it for months, closer to a year. This RJ, it's a terrible recast. Joshua Hoffman, I'm certain, is a very nice young man. I do not enjoy him on B&B. He's either not a good actor or he hasn't learned to fake it well enough to do badly written scripts with sincerity. Putting him constantly front and center is a huge mistake, and Brad Bell apparently is clueless to that fact or doesn't care. From the start, RJ's not been good, and it's not getting better. And I'm sorry if you're a huge fan of his. I'm sure he'd be fine on something else, but he's just not good on Bold. Anthony Turpel was much better. And realistically, we didn't even need RJ back at all. Nobody that I can recall was asking, where's RJ? Bring him back. Nobody. All right, end of rant. Bold, you know, it has such potential, and it was so much better written when his dad was in charge, but I don't think anything's going to get better as long as Brad Bell is running the writing room. He should take his hand off the keyboard and go direct the episodes. Just go. Hire a head writer, and he needed to stay out of the writing room. He does not need to be driving storylines. He makes terrible choices. And the sad thing is, they can't fire him. He will be running that writer's room as long as B&B is on the air, if he wants to, because his daddy created the show. This is honestly nepotism at its worst. If Brad Bell retired, the soap would only get better. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. What storylines are bothering you? Do you disagree with me? I'd love to hear it. Please subscribe if you have not, and definitely come back soon. We're talking Bold 7 days a week, and as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.